Hey team, happy Friday. I wanted to make a quick video for you. I actually was going to type it out, but I feel like it's going to be touchy subject, so it makes more sense for you to be able to kind of hear my voice and see my face and all this. Although I don't know that it'll make it less touchy. Things could get lost in translation when we type, right? So I actually just had the opportunity to hear a message from a coach that was one of the most insulting messages I've ever heard. And I sort of was like, well, that's interesting. And I had to stop and think about the best way to address it, because if one coach is feeling this way, I'm sure there are other coaches feeling this way who um, maybe are maybe just playing with the idea in their head, or they don't really want to say it out loud or whatever. So I just wanted to put it out there and just address it, because that's how I roll. And since I'm in charge of the team for September, I'm going to say what I want, right? Um, some people on the team apparently are having a little bit of an issue with the paycheck roll call. It is something that up until this point I had kept in my personally sponsored coach team, because my personally sponsored coach team only had people in it who were working the business, who were doing their 3 vital behaviors every day. It wasn't every one of my personally sponsored coaches. So there was no, room for people thinking that other people were making more money than them or whatever, when in fact they're just not, doing any work. It was pretty much everyone's on the same plane, and if they weren't, they were pretty aware of what the problem was. Sorry, I have notes here because I'm trying to make sure I stay on point and don't get emotional. Um, what you may have seen, or what there's a paycheck roll call. The paycheck roll call is for 2 things. One, it's for you to have to put out there, just like getting on a scale, the truth about the results from the work that you're doing. It's accountability, plain and simple. The same way we weigh in on a scale, right? It shows where you did work and where you didn't. The same way when you weigh in on a scale. Um, Also, the idea is that it provides inspiration for people who are new and haven't been in the business for years like I have, and are still building their foundation. So that is the point. It's accountability and it's inspiring. And what I find is that there's 2 ways that people react to this. The first is that they are inspired, excited, and they want to work a little bit harder to make sure they hit their goal. The other is they were already insecure about their own abilities and maybe a little bit skeptical about the business, and they use it as an opportunity to say, oh, see, I knew only a few people were going to get paid, but all these people, look, all these people have zeros next to their name. That must mean only a few people get money, aka it's some sort of crazy scheme, everyone's getting paid off of you, etc. Usually what I find is that people who take the latter attitude were already looking for a reason to fail at this. It's not very common that people take that attitude, but it does happen. And it's not that they were looking for a reason to quit, but they already didn't necessarily believe. So it's a nice little proof that it's not going to work for them. So my issue with that is, if you're looking for a reason for it not to work, the universe will provide you one. That's not a problem. If you already come in thinking, oh, I was a little skeptical, this might not work, it probably won't. I honestly, when I have someone ask me, like, almost like to convince them to join during the sign-up process, I won't sign them. I have no interest in having people who are skeptical, because then I'm forced to convince them for the rest of their career, over and over and over again. Every time going gets tough or things go wrong, I'm convincing them again. I don't have time for that. I don't care. I want people who want to work and who are excited and passionate and have big dreams. That's who I want to spend my time with. So my issue is that by saying, "Oh, I knew it," that sort of attitude, oh, only a few people are getting paid, they're all collecting a paycheck off us, and things of that nature. You're basically flat out insulting the character of every single person who made money that week. You're basically telling them and me that we have such low character that we would screw people out of money for a living. That's what we've chosen to do with our career. It's really, really rude. It's not okay at all. I mean, you can feel however you're going to feel, but that's not appropriate to share, nor is it going to make you successful. So that is what it is. You guys are going to do what you're going to do. But I have some thoughts I wanted to share with you that might help you look at things a little bit differently going forward, if that is where you're at. One thing I wanted to point out is that discount coaches, you are not making sales or building a team. You don't actually make your upline any money. Let's be clear about that. Okay? Everyone knows in order to make a team bonus, you need 200 sales and 100 sales, correct? If you bring me your 90 PV Shakeology, I don't make a dollar off of you. Not a single dollar. So, it's not even remotely plausible that people would just be signing coaches to sign coaches. That's crazy. Because every time we sign a discount coach, we lose $30 a month. Wait, what? If you're not going to build a team and you don't actually want to be here, I'm now paying you $30 to be on my team. That's insane, right? Because you're getting your Shakeology minus the commission I would have got if you were a customer. So if I sign you as a discount coach, it's because I genuinely believe you should have a discount. I believe enough in the product. I believe enough in the results you're going to get, and I signed up as a discount coach from day one. I don't believe in paying full price for things I don't have to, right? Of course, do I hope that someday you're going to be in the team and be so inspired that you're going to start sharing your story? Of course I am. But is there a place for everyone in that area? No, not everyone's going to do that, and that's fine. That's totally okay. No one has any expectations on you. However, let's be clear that no one's making any money off of you, so it doesn't work the way that you think it does. If you're thinking, oh, I'm just holding a spot, I'm not making any money, and everyone's just like getting paid off my Shakeology or whatever. You would have to be building a team and be bringing in sales and have real volume under you for anyone to be making any money. Especially for those of you like on inside leagues and stuff, like it makes no difference. Your coach is helping you because they want to help you and because they're good people, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Okay. So some things I wanted to point out was when you do see someone who's making a paycheck, think about the fact that I know because I work with almost everyone on the team who gets paid, that they do the work. They work their asses off. I don't know if you guys have any idea how much I work, but I actually post my daily activities in the Diamond group, and they can verify for you. I work my like I get up at 7, and I leave my office at somewhere between 7 and 9, at least 4 days a week. I work my ass off. So it's not as if we're not doing work. So when you see someone who has a paycheck, even if it's $200 or $5,000, whatever it is, know that they do the work. They built a network. They're building a network right now. They are sharing stories. They're sharing their journey. They're sharing their Shakeology. They're sharing their workouts. They're sharing with people all the time. They're constantly learning. They're on the team calls. They're learning there. They're doing personal development. They're learning there. They're asking me questions. They're learning there. They're seeking things out on their own. They're on YouTube. They're Googling. They're reading magazines. They're reading books. They're doing whatever they can do to make themselves better. They're working every day on growing. They're committed to their own journey. They're working out. They're drinking their Shakeology. They're not eating cake. They're not off track. They're doing the work every day to have the results that they want, to inspire people, to have them want to reach out to them. Now they're involved. They're on the team page. They're talking. They're giving advice. They are asking questions, answering questions. They're on all the team calls. They're offering to help run team calls. They're offering to help run Coach Basics. They're involved people. They're committed to the team and to the growth. When you see a paycheck, you see someone who took Coach Basics and then they busted their ass to get into Emerald Essentials. And they finished Emerald Essentials so they could go in the Diamond group. They took all the training that's offered to them. They are the ones that I spend my time with because they're working. That's why they're getting a paycheck, not because it's some big scheme where everything rolls up to the top. Because every single day they wake up and they make the decision to do the things that you don't want to do. That's it. They're disciplined. They're committed to their dreams and they're committed to their journey far beyond what most people are. When I see those zeros, what do I see next to all those zeros in the paycheck roll call? Too many excuses, didn't invite, didn't do this, personal stuff in my way. Da, da, da. Every single person who put a zero on that owned up to the fact that that was on them. They didn't do the work. So you don't get the money. That's how it works. It's very, very simple. So if you see a paycheck and you're posting a zero and you're feeling like crap about that, then you know that if there's a paycheck that you want, you need to just get to work. Okay? You need to get to work and then you need to stay at it. When you see those big paychecks that some of us post, myself, Mike, in other teams, it's actually a lot more balanced because the teams are either older or they had higher growth, whatever. Our team is really small. Um, then what you see there is 4 years of me doing this every day. 7 years of Mike doing it every day. So it's not like, oh, they're just sitting back collecting a check. No, I've been doing what you refuse to do every day for almost 4 years. And I started my journey a year before that. So I've been at it for like 5. Mike's doing the same thing. Mike was a coach a year before I was even on the map as a customer. Like he's been every day, maybe even longer actually. He came in with Christine, so 2007, I think maybe he signed up, 2008, something like that. Just consistent effort every day. When I am sitting with all those top 10 coaches, when I'm sitting with the elite, and there are hundreds of elite coaches, when I'm sitting with them, what do you think's the difference? How long we've been in the business, and how hard do we work for that amount of time? It is very rare you find elite coaches that did less than a year before they went elite. Well, I think it's only happened once. Mostly 2 or 3 years. And it's 2 or 3 years of building their blog, adding friends on Facebook, friending everyone that they've ever met on Facebook, sharing stories every day, doing their workouts, drinking Shakeology, being involved in the team, doing all the work. So hopefully this doesn't scare away the people who are like, oh shit, I thought I was going to make some fast money. Yeah, you can make some fast retail money. That's really, really easy to do. But if you, and that's actually really easy to do. I was doing that early on. But to have the kind of paychecks that you see that posts where you go, I don't even believe that's possible. You have to get after it every goddamn day. Every day. All the days. Until you get there. 1 year. 2 years. 3 years. Every day. You do all the work. That's how it works. Yeah, you get a weekend here and a weekend there. Of course, I go on vacation too. But the rest of the time, it's every day. And it was every day from the day I started. And you guys know I had a full-time job, brand new boyfriend, a journey ahead of me. I was doing P90X. You know, I worked. I worked hard. And I worked like I wanted something. I worked like I was going somewhere. And I was. And I'm here. And you know what happened when I got here? Nothing. I kept working. The end. End of story. If I stop working, this all goes away. Will I still have some sort of a check? Of course I would have some sort of a check. But it would go away eventually if I ignored it for years, a couple of years. It would all go away. Because without anybody to lead you, what would that put the team? Where would that put the team? Other leaders would rise, but that's their paycheck, right? So I just want to be really clear that the purpose of the paycheck roll call is accountability for you, because you know you're going to have to post that up there, and for you to see what's possible, not for you to feel validated in your skepticism or being jaded. So I hope that you guys can work from responsible from this point forward, accept that this business is your own. If you have any issues with that concept, I highly recommend you read GoPro. It's a really, really insightful book on owning your own business and in the network marketing world and how little your upline is required to do, let alone actually has anything to do with your success. You are really, really lucky to be on a team with a coach that is as dedicated as I am and who has a team of coaches who are as dedicated as they are. You have incredible leadership on this team. Everything you want is absolutely possible and within reach if you will let us take you there, but you have to get out of your own way. You can't get out of